Hello from me, Lazarus. Welcome to the next lesson in the course based on my new book, Introduction to Lazarus IDE, Part 2. Let's open the book's page and select it. That's it. Right now we're working on one chapter. Last time we looked at point 4, and now we'll look at point 5, a general program for dialogues working with text. Let's open the PDF file. Now we're going to make a more complex and intricate program with a field of type T memo. Here it is, and a few buttons for each component. One each for font and color dialog, find and replace, and exit. There will be 5 buttons in total. As a base we will use the program from the previous example for working with find dialog and replace dialog, and to it we will add 2 more components, color dialog and font dialog, and 2 buttons for calling them, font and color. Here's what it's going to look like. So, we're going to need to write functionality into the font and color buttons. Our code is like this: we simply call the corresponding component. Here's what happens when we click the font button. The fonts appear here and we can select and configure them from this window. A similar thing happens when we press the color button. It brings up the standard color picker, where we can choose any color. And here we can adjust it. We've worked with it before. Right. That's the theoretical part. Let's open and try out the program itself. Here's what it looks like in the new version 4.0. Here's the form, we can click and see it. That's right. We also have an anchor window. And you see the messages are very different. Here, we can open the program. To test the program we're going to copy some text into it that I copied from my website. And for example, we need to search for something. Here we write, let's say, the word in. We highlight whole words and choose find. Here you see our first in, and another one, and another one, and another. One. That's it. Now, for example, we want to replace it. We also choose to be in uppercase. We press replace and here you see it. Now all the ins have been replaced in uppercase. Here's an example of making the font larger, 14. Here's how to the color. For example, we choose a color from here. We also move the slider a little, to make it lighter. We press OK and you see it turns green. That's all for this tutorial. Best regards.